Hi everyone! Today I'm kicking off a brand new series about Brazilian expressions. One of the best ways to sound more natural when you speak Portuguese is by learning expressions that Brazilians actually use every single day. In each video, I'll teach you a common Brazilian expression, explain what it means, and when you use it, and most importantly, what it tells you about Brazilian culture. Because expressions aren't just words, they show how people think, joke, complain, and even see the world. So, if you want to understand real conversations and understand Brazilians a little bit better, you're in the right place. So, let's get started. Today, I want to talk about an expression that we use in Portuguese and you also use in English. And I really love teaching this because it's how you actually speak, right? Today's expression is better late than never. In Portuguese, we say antes tarde do que nunca. Now, when we actually use this expression in Brazil, well, pretty much anytime something happens later than expected, but you're still happy that it happened. Let's say you have a friend who has been saying they're going to learn Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, whatever. I don't know, in 5 years. Every year it's, oh, this is the year, or I'm finally going to do it. And then nothing. But one day they actually sign up for classes. You could look at them and just say, antes tarde do que nunca. Or another situation, maybe someone finally replies to a message you've been waiting for. 2 days later, or a week later, you get the reply and think, bom, antes tarde do que nunca. The idea is basically the same as in English. It took a while, but I'm glad it finally happened. Now, here's something I find really funny. Brazilians love expressions, but they also love messing with expressions. We love taking a perfect good saying and change it just enough to make it funny. So every now and then you might hear someone saying this: antes tarde do que mais tarde, which literally means better late than later. Now, that's not the real expression, it's just a joke. And I think it's a very Brazilian kind of joke. I actually love to use it. The original expression gives you a little nice piece of wisdom. Better late than never. The joke version basically say, well, you're already late, at least you're not even later. It's like, let's talk about an example. Imagine you're meeting a friend for dinner. The reservation is at 7. You know Brazilians are always late. They arrive at 7:30. They walk in, they sit down, and before they can say anything, someone at the table goes, antes tarde do que mais tarde. Everybody knows it's a joke. It's not about grammar. We're just having fun with the language. So it's basically like saying, well, it could be worse. At least it didn't show up at 8. And that's actually something we notice when you're learning Portuguese. Brazilians don't just use expressions. We play with them, we change them, and we exaggerate them. So when you hear something that sounds almost right but not quite right, there's a good chance someone is joking around. Anyway, today's expression was antes tarde do que nunca, or in English, better late than ever. So, have you heard a funny version of a common expression that you use in English? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because this is just the beginning of Brazilian expressions series. Every week, we will explore a new expression that Brazilians actually use in real life. Because learning Portuguese isn't just about learning words. It's about understanding how Brazilians think, joke, complain, and see the world. Até a próxima. Tchau!